today it's the Wednesday before the start of the 150th British Open at St Andrews. So what I want to talk about today is how to hit a punch shot. This is a golf shot you're going to see a lot at the Open if the wind gets going, which I'm sure it will, with the forecast looking like it's being for the next 4 days here in the UK. So a punch shot is a shot that it keeps the ball low, keeps it under the wind, gets the ball making good distance, and it doesn't give the wind a chance of moving the ball left to right or keeping it too short. Even can be used downwind so the ball doesn't get too high in the wind and swept away. So a punch shot, it's a great shot for links golf. It's a shot you need to know how to hit if you're going to become a decent golfer. It's a very controlled shot. So punch shot is all about trying to de-loft the club, keep the loft off the clubs to keep the ball low. So I've got 6-iron here which has got its set loft on it. I'm going to be trying to hit this ball by taking the loft off. So to do that, the easiest way is to make sure that the grip end is ahead of the club head end. So to get that de-lofting effect, you want to set the ball back in your stance, to get it closer towards your right foot, more towards your right foot. The further back you set the ball, the lower it will go. So if you take, say, the middle as your standard stance with, say, a 6-iron, the more you set it back, the lower that punch shot will go off. So my standard punch will be played from 2 inches inside the right heel, basically, so much further back in the stance. Then what I'm going to make sure I'm doing is that my hands are still up towards my left leg, so I'm getting the hands forward of the club head to get this de-lofting, this hooding down of the face. Then in my setup, I'm also going to make sure that I keep about 60% of my weight on my left foot as I start the swing, because I want to be making sure as I hit the ball, I'm moving ahead of the ball, not only with my hands, but my body's forward of it, to keep the ball from lifting, to keep it down, to keep it low. So ball position back, hands forward, bit more weight on your left foot at address. Backswing, keep your backswing relatively short and keep the weight still bearing a bit more on your left foot than you normally would on a backswing. So on the top of your backswing, you're almost about 50-50 with your weight. So you've transferred only 10% onto your right side, because remember you're starting more on your left. And then as you come down and hit the ball, hitting down on the back of the ball, you're going to have a relatively short follow through, because what you want to do in a punch shot is you don't want any release. You don't want the club turning over, because it'll just make you hit it low left. You're actually going to punch the ball down and keep the club face pointing towards the target for much longer. So when you see the guys hitting punch shots on the telly, you're going to see this kind of held off follow through, this much shorter follow through with the club pointing more out in front of them towards the target as they're just trying to punch the ball forwards. So let's give this a go. Ball back in my stance, hands forward, 60% of my weight on my left foot. As I make my backswing, I'm going to try and keep the weight pretty even and then get through it. And you can see where I'm finishing. I'm finishing with the club out in front of me, not letting it get over my head, which will help me hit up at the ball. I'm keeping it low because I want to punch that ball low out in front of me. Now with a punch shot, you've got to be quite aggressive at the bottom. Because you're hitting down at the ball quite aggressively, you're going to have a bit of a contact with the ground, with the earth, you're going to take a divot. So if you've not got that aggression at the bottom, that bit of swing speed, that bit of punch through impact, then it's all going to stop as it gets down into the dirt, down below the ball. So one more time, ball back in your stance, hands forward, 60% of your weight on your front foot, and then hit down on the back of the ball with some aggression. That's a great one, really punching it low. That's going to work under the wind all day long. Look out for that over the next 4 days in the British Open, and certainly in British Opens to come. Punch shot's a great shot if you want to keep the ball low. Get it in your armoury and you'll certainly start playing some better golf.